Hello and welcome to all our football extremers. Welcome to another great episode of Football Extreme. These are your three hosts. My name is Quabs. I'm joined by Bonga, the DJ, and Tlagani Ponene. Say hi to everybody, guys.
Hi everyone, welcome to Football Extreme. Stay tuned, we're bringing you another installation of pure football on Football Extreme. Nene.
Hi guys, welcome to another installment of Football Extreme. Enjoy.
Yeah, definitely. We hope you guys enjoy this. And if you love our content, don't forget to subscribe and like our videos, and just also drop a comment so that we can see what you guys are thinking when we're just talking about all the ups and downs of the world of football and the beautiful game. But here we're talking about the next weekend of big matches coming up this weekend in the Premier League. And we're going to be talking about Man United right now. They've just come off a big thumping of Southampton, 9-0. DJ, what are your thoughts on your team? They seem to be back on the horse now after a wobble in the last game. And is this the start of a run?
I hope it's the start of a run because results have not been that good and we fell off from being first. We are now trailing Man City. The two draws against Liverpool and Arsenal and a defeat to Sheffield have really slowed our progress. But against Southampton, the boys look good. I mean, Solskjaer made 2 halftime substitutions and the guys he brought on impacted positively on the game. It was good to have so many different goal scorers. I'm happy. And Tony Martial is back on the score sheet. I mean, 2 goals and assists. That's what do his confidence a world of good. And I'm hoping that he can kick on and just keep improving from here on end. And I mean, the midfield as well looked really good. So many chances were created and the guys had fun. They were just like kids on a playground there, enjoying themselves. So I'm looking forward to more of that, and let's just improve our home form and we'll be good for the rest of the season.
Yeah. Nene, do you think United are genuine title contenders after that 9-0 win?
Yeah, Man United have always been title contenders looking at the run that they've had, especially when we had that show previously where we looked at Man United. So I think that defeat to Sheffield United was just it was just a slip up. All teams slip up in a title race. So I think it was just one of those performances, and it was a good response from them. I think for them, because it's the first time in a long time that they in a title race, the best way to chase Man City is for them to win every single game, and that's what's going to help them stay at the top. They cannot draw or lose any games. They have to win every single game that comes their way. If they can do that, then they're definitely title contenders. 1 or 2 defeats and they'll be completely out of the race.
Yeah. DJ, do you think they have what it takes to go toe-to-toe with Man City for the remainder of the season?
Looking at the squad, no injuries, everyone's fit, so why not? Let's just improve our home form, because away from home we've been good, but it's at home where we've been struggling. So let's just hope that result from against Southampton just spurs the guys on and they look forward and not look backwards. And who knows, when we meet Man City in the next game, when we play them, what would happen? So
yeah,
let's just keep pushing and see where this run takes us.
Yeah, DJ did touch on the fact that a range of guys scored. Cavani has been playing like a hungry man. He has been searching for those goals in every game. Rashford scored. Martial also scored. Fernandes chipped in. And also Daniel James, who hasn't been playing much lately, but the youngster did score. Nene, what do you think in terms of if they can show that squad depth? And as you said, that you think that they can go toe to toe with City. With City not even having Aguero these days, and can Man United consistently depend on the guys coming off the bench, like Daniel James and like Martial, who's up and down, that kind of thing? Can they rely on these guys to carry them?
Look, I think the performance against Southampton will act as a confidence booster for the guys. So if you look at it based on that, as you said, Martial, they're up and down, and he managed to get on the score sheet. The entire team is probably oozing with confidence at the moment. So I think they do have a chance at pushing City this season, because if these guys can be consistent, and as you can see, Bruno Fernandes, he just chipped in, you know. So for a change, all the responsibility didn't have to fall on his shoulders. And that's good, as I said it before, that you can't have a team where you're relying on one player all the time. So the fact that the other guys are starting to step up, it's exactly what's happening at City. You know, everyone pulls their weight, everyone performs extremely well, and for that they get points on the table. So these guys, they need to do the same thing. They can't. I mean, they won 9-0. They cannot lose the next game. You know, because then it defeats the purpose. So they have to push on in the next game and win. They have to win the next game. I mean, that's it. There's that.
Yeah, speaking of the next game, they got a potential banana peel and a team that's not just going to lie down for them. Everton, Dominic Calvert-Lewin and Richarlison and Carlo Ancelotti's boys. DJ, what do you think? Predictions for that game? That game on Saturday, Man United Everton. If Man United are to prove their credentials, they will be the team that's chasing the top four.
Yeah, it won't be easy. I mean, you mentioned Everton are not just any team that you can have your way with them. I mean, Carlo Ancelotti this season has got them playing really well. You mentioned Calvert-Lewin, Richarlison, James Rodriguez was brought in from Real Madrid. His confidence is back. He's that guy that you saw at the 2014 World Cup before Madrid bought him from Monaco. So he's a very dangerous player. And it won't be easy. It will be a huge test, but I'm confident that we can come away with a win. I mean, as Nene said, you can't win 9-0 your previous game and lose the next game, defeating the purpose. So
yeah,
I'd go for a 2-1 win. I mean, games against Everton are always tough. They never just lie down. They will give you a huge job at hand. But I'm confident Man United can come through with a 2-1 win.
Nene, what are your predictions for Man United and Everton?
I'm going for a 1-1 draw.
Wow.
I think that, as I said, Carlo Ancelotti's got lots of experience. Man United is playing at home and they haven't had, you know, much good fortunes there. And Everton is going to look at it and say, hey, other teams have went to Old Trafford and did the business. Why not us? So it's going to be quite interesting. I don't foresee Everton losing the match. So yeah, it will be a draw for me, 1-1. But yeah, Man United has to win the game in order to stay in the race. And as I said before, Liverpool will have to rely on other teams to do them a favor so they can catch up. So yeah, let's hope Everton can stop these guys and you guys can catch up.
I don't think Everton will want to win this game because they're doing a favor to Liverpool. But let's see. But you guys are thinking that United can go on the run, but then Nene, you're thinking that this game will be a draw. But let's see what happens. Everton might be a banana peel, but Man United might rise to the occasion and show themselves as a title contender.
It's Everton, man. It's Everton. They're unpredictable, and Man United hasn't had, you know, convincing home form. So these guys are gonna look at it and say, hey, we can probably do something here. And Carlo is very experienced. And also another thing, everyone is expecting Man United the game. That's another problem. They expected to win the game. So Everton has nothing to lose.
Yeah.
Added pressure on Man United because, as Nene said, everyone expects United to win. So the pressure is more on them than Everton. And team that's under pressure usually stinks when they are faced with such a challenge at hand. So
yeah,
it'll be interesting to see.
okay. So
Yeah.
we got one guy thinking Man United's going to win, one guy thinking Everton's going to pull out an upset and just steal the points at Old Trafford. Let's see what happens. That game happens on Saturday, and we're going to be covering all the reactions after this game weekend. So stay tuned, fans, on our next couple episodes for our reaction videos. But moving swiftly along now to another team that's in mid-table slumber, Arsenal, who seemed as if they were going to be coming up from the ashes and had some good wins, have now had their form stunted and losing 2-1 at Wolves. Nene, what is happening with Arsenal now? Where's it gone wrong for them? Nene, you still there? Where's it gone wrong for Arsenal?
Yeah. Sorry, man, there was a bit of a delay there. Look, man, with Arsenal, I think it's typical Arsenal. Typical form, win some games. Then a game that I expected to win, we don't win, we lose. It's quite difficult to say we lost Aubameyang because of a personal reasons. His mom wasn't well, so we were missing him in the front. So yeah, we've just had some challenges. I just feel that there's been a significant high number of players that have left the team, and it's quite difficult to see whether there has been an impact on the players that are left behind or not. We look at those players and say they were dead wood players, but we're not exactly sure what type of personalities they brought in the change room. So it's a bit difficult to say. But the last game against Wolves was just dismal. We got 2 red cards in that game, David Luiz and the keeper. And yeah, that game just ran away from us. The first half, we went 1-0 up. There was a goal that was disallowed as well in the first half because we really pushed hard to win that game. Even at halftime, when Luiz was sent off and we started the second half playing 10, the guys were still pushing. And then when we conceded the goal for 2-1, the guys were trying to play catch up, and then we got the keeper sent off, and that was just the last nail in the coffin. So it's very difficult to blame it on the last game because the referee, that's just another story. That last game, the 2 red cards, it definitely set us back. So yeah, we're gonna see how it goes against against Villa to see if the guys can bounce back. But for me, as I said, the guys that have left the club, we see them as dead wood. But at the moment, I'm not sure what kind of a presence they had in the dressing room. So whether some changes that have happened or not, we'll see in the next game.
Yeah. Then where you think the goals are going to be coming from? If Aubameyang is still probably away from with his mom being sick, where the goals going to come from? Yeah, that's for you.
Well, he's back. He just hasn't started. Yeah. So the other problem is we're relying on Saka, who's like 20 for goals. I just find that we're relying on Smith Rowe, guys that are young to carry the team, So I'm hoping that Pepe, he seems to have stepped up a bit over the last few games. So I'm hoping that he can register a starting lineup over the weekend, and then he can get on the score sheet. And hopefully Aubameyang starts as well. Probably because this game is a must-win game, he must just try and put them all in. Aubameyang, Pepe, Lacazette, just go all out. We need to climb up the table now.
Yeah. DJ, Arsenal and Aston Villa have both come from defeats. What do you think is what can we expect from this game? 2 guys bouncing off a defeat, or is one going to be trying to just defend? Is one going to try to go all out based on what we're hearing now in terms of what Arsenal might want to do?
Both teams will be going for it, in my opinion. I mean, Villa were at home and they lost last game as well. Arsenal, they also lost, but Villa has some players who can cause an upset on their day. And if Arsenal does not wake up and smell the coffee, well, Villa's going to take the 3 points from them. And yeah, they got some dangerous players. I mean, Watkins has been a revelation for Villa this season since he came on. Jack Grealish, the captain, he can cause you problems on his day. Ross Barkley, we all know him.
Yeah.
He's playing like a reborn player. So Arsenal, I don't know which team is going to show up. As Nene said, typical Arsenal, they're like a yo-yo, up and down. They win this week, next week they lose. Then they start to run, you're thinking, okay, there's some progress, they are doing well. Then they slip back to the old habits. So
yeah,
let's hope that they bring their best performance on the day, because Villa, there are no pushovers. I think they learned the lesson last season. They were fighting relegation. This season they're doing quite well. So tough game for Arsenal. Yeah. Let's see what happens.
And also just one more thing to note. We lost against Wolves and they did a double over us because they beat us in the first leg. Now we're playing Aston Villa. They beat us in the first leg and it's the second leg.
Oh.
So now if Arsenal struggling to beat top 6 oppositions and then you lose to the same team twice in one season, and one of the team is in the bottom half of the table, I mean, that's unacceptable. So if you're still losing so many games against other teams, and then you expect that you're gonna get top 6, it's gonna be difficult. So this game, as Bonga said, it's a yo-yo match. We could win it, or we could lose dismally.
Yeah,
and that's just unfortunate. Yeah.
So Arsenal versus Aston Villa, 2 teams on the fringes, 2 teams below the European places. Which one of them can bring themselves up and probably join the fight for Europe with just a few games, with probably what is it? Probably about 16, 17 games left of the season. Stay tuned, football extremists. We're going to be covering this game and all our reactions coming up over the next week. And I just hope that you guys carry on to just like our videos and subscribe to our content so that you get updates when we just put our new videos up. So stay tuned for our next episodes. And we'd just like to say farewell for now and see you in our next video, everybody.